Audience, welcome to the show. This is your host Parth Sane with Colonel Shukla with us today. Sir, welcome to the show once again. Let's proceed.
My pleasure and good afternoon to you. And how are things going?
I think
Because
it's been an exciting time here in Maharashtra.
yes,
I
yes.
even I went to vote in the
Oh,
elections.
that's nice. So
Yeah,
we'll
so
we'll dwell into a new vertical that is national politics, and especially with Mumbai, municipal corporation elections. So I should ask you the question today, since you're from Pune. Tell me what do you see about the election results in Maharashtra and all its municipal corporations? How do you see the results of the election?
so first I will like to describe to the audience what is my experience as an individual, person participating in the election. Okay, so that is the primary thing. Okay, so we start from that.
Coming
So
from US,
my
huh?
experience, huh?
Coming from US, this is your first vote, or it has been
No,
earlier
no,
also?
no. I voted in Maharashtra elections also.
Yeah.
And
Same
even
Sani.
before that also, because I came back to
22,
India in December 2022. I came back.
okay. So
So
24 Lok Sabha elections and
then Maharashtra
after that,
elections and then
you
the
tried
municipal
to
one
get
also.
this is your third
Yes,
vote.
yes.
So all
So
levels
all
of
three levels of
the
elections
top
I had
level
participated.
Lok Sabha, then Vidhan Sabha, and then the municipal corporation.
Yes,
Yeah. Tell me,
so all three levels I have participated in.
yes,
So
tell me.
I'll say maybe for me the hardest part actually was just getting the exact details, like what is the roll number and everything, all these different details, where I'm supposed to vote. Like the place was roughly the same, but there was some back and forth with that whole thing. So maybe there should be some better way of organizing the election data which is visible to individual people. So when I tried to get the information, that was tough. But moving on to that, the voting experience was very smooth. Everybody was very nice. And
I'll just interject myself into this. I joined National Defense Academy when I was 18 years old. Okay,
hmm,
so I couldn't vote then. And for last say 28 or 9 years, I was in the army and training at National Defense Academy and then in military academy 4 years and then around 24 years of service. I never got a chance to vote, and I have though voted in my last year of service through a postal ballot. So the first time when I shifted to Gurgaon, and the first time I had to vote, so I had to get my voter card ID. But I had a very smooth ride, let me tell you. And luckily, I got my virtual card and I got it printed. Though the physical card you know, takes time, and the voting happened in my society itself. So it was very easy. And the first time I voted at the age of say 45 or so, in 24, that was great. So my getting and I voted for the first time at the age of 45. Getting a voter ID card and going through the process of election was very smooth. And I should really compliment Election Commission how they organize things and get issued. Yeah. Coming back to your experience.
and I'm saying generally that was the only difficult part about getting the slip voting slip
Okay.
card. That was very easy. So
Card is
I
more
agree with
important.
you on that.
If you have the card, you can still go to the voting center and get the slip. Very
Yes,
easy.
yes. So that is there. I was trying to make it easy where I can go, but
Yes.
anyhow, I was able to vote. Generally, I think the best part is all the policemen were absolute gentlemen over there. They were also very excited about seeing the elections. They were like, oh, you have to
I
do it
think
this
this
way, this
election was
way.
delayed. Na? It was supposed to be in 22, and the Supreme Court ordered that it should be held, and now in
Yes,
26.
basically, elections in municipal level in Maharashtra, especially, were delayed for many years due to some court case about reservations or something like that. I'm not aware
Now,
about the details of it, but I can say that the election was delayed for a really long time. So,
yes,
uh,
because of the
the
reservations, so I think Maratha.
uh, the the IAS system had taken over that thing, and Babudap was in charge.
Bureaucracy, bureaucracy and the judicial system. They
Uh,
both
so
ensure
the
delay.
So
Yeah,
the
they both.
Babudam was in charge. I feel like that is what happened
No,
for
even
quite some
judicial
time.
also is a very big delay factor in our country.
I mean to say, like in the actual administration, right? So like even I will say the cooperator who was whose term had finished the last time before the election had like stopped, like when was supposed to happen. Even though he was not a cooperator anymore after that term ended, that person alone also was so helpful. He used to come to all of our events and make sure that we are in touch with him, and whatever he needed, he used to go out of his way to do the work. So even there are people, and I will say that he was from BJP, but even people who are on the ground, good people, irrespective of party, who are doing good work, they are to be recognized, in my opinion, because when you need help, somebody must be there for you. Like he used to go to the IS, or who was in charge when the municipal elections were
district
not
collector
in
or
place.
district commissioner. Yeah.
Whoever was in charge at that time, he used to go to them and make sure that he's able to like put our concerns across to them and get work done, because normally if we would go by ourselves, then maybe there is not so much seriousness to it. But when he used to go, and he was not even elected at that time, he didn't have any authority, but
So I
now
think
that
that
he has the
honest
authority.
statement from a citizen of the country and a resident of the state that
Yes, yes.
people
Now
are
that he
working.
has,
Uh,
huh,
yes.
now that he has the authority, because most likely I think he's been
He's
re-elected now.
not.
Yes, so he
Okay,
can
then
actually give the
before we get
formal
into
orders.
individual cases, you tell me how was the follow-up before the elections, the exit polls, thereafter the experience of voting, and how the results have affected the common man in Maharashtra.
I think to begin with, like everybody is really excited that they are able to vote for local issues. In the past, it was not a thing that we could vote for such a long time. It was not there. Local elections were not being held, so
Mm.
it was very difficult to hold anybody accountable for anything. Like if we had to demand anything from somebody, they would be like powerless to help us because it's not in their control, right?
Okay,
Because we don't have elected representative there.
okay.
But now, in the election process, it was very smooth, like we just discussed. After it, people are generally happy. I think the place where I'm living, there was so much celebration on the streets that final election result has come and people are celebrating.
No,
uh,
but
and
my question to you was specific that initially exit polls said that BJP will sweep. Now,
yes,
Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray, they merged together as fighting together. The Congress was fighting separately. And they said that for last 30, 40 years, Shiv Sena was, the biggest controller of these municipal corporations, especially Mumbai Corporation, BMC, because I think the budget for BMC is bigger than the 7 states, northern east
that's
states,
correct.
and
That's
even
correct.
Goa, and it is bigger than many countries in the world. So that is
Yes.
why, with this effect, I want to ask you that exit polls said that they are not going to come back, and the elections also say they're not going to come back. So what? How are the general to the Marathi
So I will
people?
say, in general, BJP has done very well in the elections. I will say sometimes even exceeding the expectations. As far as the other parties are concerned, I will let the article speak for itself. You know, um,
So
there is a
Eknath
time.
Shinde has been now accepted as the Shiv Sena's real, successor, other than
Yes, yes.
Uddhav
I
Ji
mean,
or Raj Thackeray.
kind of two times I feel it has happened. In my opinion, it has happened twice, where because the public has voted and they are coming out, really who is going to profit, who is going to lose. This calculus is complicated, but to be very
No, but
precise,
after the
whatever.
election results, you find majorly the Marathi people have voted for Shiv Sena, Uddhav and BJP. BJP primarily, and for the Shiv Sena's point of view, UBP. Even in
Yeah,
your
because
BMC elections, I think 125
hmm,
out of 227, if you see the results. And Shiv Sena, both Raj Thackeray and Uddhav Thackeray have come to around 70 or so. So, which is like
huh.
a one sweep from BMC side. So, whether the people, your friends in Mumbai, Pune had always been a bastion of BJP. But in Mumbai, with this change, because the media was very, uh, what I could understand from other, news and podcasts, that they were pro Shiv Sena, Uddhav Bhai and Raj Thackeray. But somehow it has been a setback for them.
I mean, like for example, right? You can see in BJP, right? There are many extremely wealthy people, according to Times of India, that have won the election as well. Like you can see some of the names on the screen here.
Because this is a very, I think even the Shiv Sena, earlier Shiv Sena was, it is said, we don't know the actual thing, but lot of funds were used by from the BMC for Shiv Sena's, इसको कहते हैं, dominance. So that will change. That equation will change. Do you feel
And
there will be a difference
huh.
now?
And then the like I will say that performance is very much variable. I feel like this election is going to make people think very differently. Like to the extent that where, let's say, some seats were lost by Congress by less than 500 votes. Like it was so close in some
No,
places.
but I'm saying the outcome of these elections, will it change the way BMC was working? Will it change the say, I should I put it, dominance in a, I should not say dadagiri, but dominance of Shiv Sena earlier, Shiv Sena
I
was
feel more now that BJP is a larger party compared to everybody else. It balances out a lot of the discussions that used to happen earlier. Because what used to happen earlier, Shiv Sena has majority hold in Mumbai, if I'm not wrong, and BJP was the junior partner perhaps.
yes.
So
Now things
because
have changed. Things have changed.
Now things have changed. Now you can say that they have a triple engine government where at the state, at the local level, and even at the center, they have BJP for Mumbai purpose. Okay,
So you feel
so
things will change.
I think that things will be better from a infrastructure point of view, because many of the projects that BJP has said that they need or they will do, like one of the things that if you have seen Mumbai, there is a big forest in the center of Mumbai. Okay, like the
Yes.
western suburbs and on the
Even the
other
metros
side.
were delayed because of the forest, cover that shed.
Yes, yes. There was a court case and a lot of
Yes.
high court, and so many things were happening over there. So essentially, there is a forest in the middle of the city. Because of this forested area, what is happening is that there is no easy way to cross such a big area of the city where it
Yes.
is like a problem. So what they are doing is they are saying that they will create a tunnel from the
Yeah,
one
that's
end
the
of the
best
city.
way. Yes.
Yes,
Underground tunnel.
like from like Thane side to come all the way to western suburbs. So there will be a huge tunnel that they are building underneath the forest, so that they can skip this whole traffic issue. Because right now it takes significantly longer to go to let's say Thane from Borivali and vice versa. So these things are there, and then on the other side, on the west side of Mumbai, also there are some projects where on the west side of Mumbai, they have a whole section of highway that they want to build on the water. So that will escape all the
I think
traffic inside the city.
lot many projects in Maharashtra coming up with BJP government coming in, and even the bullet train project will, I think, near its completion in a couple of years.
Yes, I think we should have bullet train project perhaps by 2029 fully starting up. I think that is the time that we can think that
Yes.
actually
And
everything will be
it
fine.
may come up early, because coming to the trains, the hydrogen train trial run is happening very soon in Haryana, this Jind and Bhiwani, I think, sector, where it was mostly non-electrified and used by diesel engines. So
Hmm.
that a trial run of hydrogen powered railways. So railways, I feel, is doing a great upgrade in India with the present government.
Yes, yes. Because the average person travels a lot by railways as compared to flights, like compared to any
Yes,
other mode of transportation. So
yes.
if we can
Even the flights,
give them.
your new airport has also come in Mumbai, right?
Yes, yes, the Navi
Mm.
Mumbai airport, it's like any other world-class airport, like Dubai or Singapore. Like it's
Like
fantastic.
Bangalore
Like,
also, the new airport is very good. Bamboo,
huh. I've
infrastructure.
been to Bangalore airport.
Yes.
Not
Okay.
perhaps
Now I
not to
think
Bangalore city in a long time,
we
but
should shift to a topic where, which is three or four elections this year. One is Bengal, uh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Assam. I think Pondicherry is also there, but nevertheless, we stick to these four and discuss. What is your take on Bengal elections?
so I think that like Bengal is somewhere BJP will gain seats, but I don't think they will form government. Practically speaking, I think because not I think people of Bengal have not woken up that okay, they need to do something about something. Okay, like the situation is they will increase number of seats, but they will not yet form a government. I think
Okay.
like that is what I think is most likely to happen in my opinion.
I'll give you my take. So I was born and brought up in Calcutta, and I've seen that shift from Congress, Siddharth Shankar's term, to Jyoti Basu's the CPM, and how this communism and Naxals were also very prevalent, and how it had actually frozen Bengal's development. And thereafter, when TMC came in 2011 or so, they just took the same, aggressive politics, and common man ka communist wala. It's just a communist form, and all the gundas of CPM are now part of TMC. So in Bengal, whenever I go back to my place and I find that any new development, there are clubs in each part of Calcutta city, and these clubs are the representation of TMC. They are funded. So her club may there'll be a carom board and there'll be some television, everything funded by the TMC, and the members of that club, their primary job is to ensure in that area, mohalla or pada as they call in Bengali, that which voters are non-TMC, and they coerce them to vote for TMC. And if they don't, agree, they are stopped from going to the election booth. And it is a rigged election. And Bengal has always been like this, by force. And even in communities, if they know this, so Bengal has various spread of population from Bengalis, also the non-Bengalis, because it was a capital earlier to 1912 or so when it was shifted. So Calcutta was the capital of India, and there have been various communities which live in Calcutta. The Sindhi community, the UP communities, the South Indian communities, Madras. So there are so many different communities. Punjabis. They are the non-Bengali communities are more pro change and pro BJP. And when they find these TMC, I should say gundas or henchmen, if I have to put it in a aggressive way, but they ensure that these if people from these societies are not very pro TMC, they don't vote at all. So I've seen in my childhood my father going for a vote and they say कि आपका तो vote तो हो गया. If you go vote after 10, they say आपका voting is done, you can go back. So this is the situation in Bengal. So I should not say that the Bhadro Lok and how they define Bengal, that the intellectual citizens of Bengal, they don't want change, but to get a change there, you need that ecosystem where this coercion and force and threatening. See, after in Bengal's election, BJP had 3 seats before 21, and at 21 it got 73 seats, 77 or 73 seats. So the change is huge, the improvement is huge, but to topple, and even Mamta lost. Okay, in her state this constituency, in her this I think Nandigram, where she lost. So what I'm trying to say is that it is difficult to change the regime, but not impossible, and it will gain. If it gains around 150 seats, automatically the change will be there. But there are views that we should have a president's rule before the election happens. The BJP government is not keen on doing it. If you don't have because the entire police system of Bengal is under the control of TM. You saw how Mamata Banerjee went into IMAC, private jain ka, that agency.
I think it was a IPAC करके.
IPAC. And she himself is stopping, and the commissioner of police there is going with her and stopping the ED from doing that. So it is now become an independent state within the country, which calls for a
And
president's rule.
that cannot be allowed to happen basically.
It it calls in all aspects for a president's rule. Article 350, both are there. They can go. They can also have a partial president's rule by taking the police control from the state government. But I think the national government feels that let the people of Bengal realize and vote. But see, the point is, it is now 50-50. You may find that Bengal will go for a change, but if the prominence and the uh, even after 21 election, there was a lot of post election violence in Bengal. So it depends whether that ecosystem will allow voters to independently vote. That is also a very important factor. Whether independently, without any fear, they can vote. The central government has to create or even the election commission has to create an ecosystem where people without fear can go to the polling station, vote as per their choice, not as per some
अच्छा,
fear or threat.
so the interesting part is that now SIR is happening in Bengal. So what is the result of
SIR
the
is already
election?
started. SIR is
So
already
I'm saying,
finished.
so meaning post SIR, how does the West Bengal election look like? What does it look like? That is the
I
contest.
remember the margin was around 7 to 8% between BJP and TNC. These are the two players. I think one had 43, 44%, the other had 37, 38%, something like that. Maybe the figures may change. The SIR has dropped around 1 CR of voters. Primarily, I think that is around, or not 1 CR exactly. There are still question marks in that, but at least 6 to 7% is being changed. Even if I say 10% is changing or reduced from the voter list, the reduction will be primarily the dead. जो dead होते थे, it is a joke in Bengal that you can meet your dead relatives once you go for voting that day, because they come and vote and go, right? Because the TMC votes for all the dead, they don't remove it from the voter list. For last 24, 5 years, that has been happening. Now, that dead people who are removed from the list, and people who have migrated are removed from the list, and the migrants, the Rohingya migrants, they will be removed. That is a pure TMC voter uh, chunk. So if that gets reduced, automatically they come at par with BJP, and then BJP has a very high. So that is what I'm trying to say. If the election is conducted in a normal way, this time BJP will topple. That is my understanding.
I'm also hopeful for that, but a little bit about Bengal,
Let's
I'm pessimistic as to what will be
let's
the outcome. But
let's.
let's see.
So there has to be
Uh,
some cover given from the central government or central police forces. That is what. What do you
yeah,
think
and
about Tamil Nadu? Next, let's move to Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu, all the people that I know, like I've lived in Tamil Nadu for at least 3 years of my life. Okay,
Chennai.
so Chennai. So I've lived there. I've been to school over there. So I can speak a little bit Tamil also. I can understand a little bit Tamil also. So
That's
when I
nice.
come across certain videos from the election or something like that, maybe I don't understand the 100% context of what they're saying, but I understand enough to know what is the
So
sentiment in the
what is
video.
your view? Will DMK change this time?
I think you will have the same government come back. Likely that is the thing.
What my view
Because
is that Annamalai was coming up as a good force and he challenged well in the Lok Sabha elections. But now he has been told to go for the background, because his view was, let's not tie up with AIDMK. Now BJP is tied with AIDMK, and anti-incumbency will play some factor, and AIDMK will get some votes, and BJP is also increasing the vote share. So it will be a tough fight, and I look at it as there may be a change. With DMK's anti-Hindu policies and anti-Hindu stand. You remember this case where there's a temple, old historical temple. They say it's a mazar,
so
and
in Tamil they call it Kovil. Okay, so
Covid. Okay.
that means temple. Okay, so this Kovil politics is not very much a feature over there as much I see in other places. Okay, because I that word is there. Definitely people refer to it. I think so. But it is not necessarily so much of a feature, because when I have talked to my friends who are there, everybody else, they say that all these people, politicians, they don't care anything about what's happening to that. They just care about their position, uh, and it
But
seems to
I
be.
feel that there is, my understanding is, the common man, though Hindus in the majority in Tamil Nadu, they do not come up strongly. But with the new change in the country and the mindset and the anti-Hindu policies of DMK, you may find silent voters voting against DMK and pro AIDMK.
I think the
So
question is to what extent.
I think that it will reduce. DMK's vote share will reduce, but will it reduce sufficiently to let AIDMK BJP alliance to form the government? That is a question. I feel there are chances, 50-50 chances in that.
Hmm.
And in my opinion, being positive, both Bengal and Tamil Nadu will change government. The margin may be small, but the
Huh.
majority may be reached.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
let's
it will
move.
take time. In my opinion, it will take time in both places, but it
And
can happen
still time for the
eventually.
elections are there. It is how the BJP and their leaders, because Bihar, if you see, initially they were saying, RJD will come back. But as the elections approached and the leaders went and did their rallies, and how the mood changed, and because there was a view created by the opposition, Nitish is too old and he cannot continue. But everything's changed in last 3-4 months. I'm sure BJP has a policy and in for both the states, that the view and it is actually Bengal and Kerala are two states which are uh, behaving very anti. Their policies are very anti-national. If you see, the Bangladesh problem is primarily because of Bengal. I'm thinking from the geostrategy point of view and defense point of view, that you have let a portion of your border open just because one state government CM doesn't agree with you, and that's why how so many Rohingyas came in, right? You are not allowing fencing, you're not giving land, so there is it is just because you have votes. So this is actually an anti-national stand and anti-national policy for last so many years, last decade. And same Mamata Banerjee was fighting in the parliament when she was in the opposition, that she was crying. There is a video you see that why the CPM is allowing migrants from Bangladesh. It is affecting my state, and I'm so hurt because of this. And she's now turned the other way around, 180 degree shape. So anyway, these two
The
states, and
the less we say about it is better.
so these videos are there in all the podcasts.
I, I mean to say that the naked truth is already out there for people to see.
Actually, we from other states, I stay in Gurgaon, you're staying in Pune. We cannot force the Bengali Manush to, take this cue and vote. But they have, it's their government, they have to take a call.
Correct,
But we
correct,
hope
correct.
that
They have to take
a
their call.
government which is pro India, nationalist, according to nationalist policies, like Punjab, Bengal, these are states which are border states, which Haryana, Rajasthan, they have to toe the line of the central government. And as per the national policies in vogue, which the government takes, and they have to support the stand in the because in this central list, the defense is in the central list. You cannot have a state. Well, Mamta has given such opinions that if there is some operation by military, Indian army is going through. It's your army. It's not the center's army, right? The way she talks that it is going to attack
No,
Bengal,
I mean,
or
such
Bengal
statements
will
are,
talk with India, New Delhi, as it is she's some other country. So these views
and
have to change. That
it's
is
as
what.
if like Bengalis don't serve in the army like that. That is a stupid
Yeah,
take that
yeah. So
one
many
can have.
Bengalis are in the army. I had so many Bengali. If you see my domicile, birth is from Calcutta. So
Hmm.
that is why the way she talks is quite anti
Well,
country.
I will just say that it baffles me. I don't understand that kind of
That's why
like.
they do politics. This is how things have been in UP also before Yogi Adityanath came. And this is a vote politics which needs to change. The time has come for the change. A pro nationalist government should be. Now, coming to the last state, Kerala and say Pondicherry. What is your view about Kerala?
Sir, they are typically considered to be leftist party or leftist voting states
There are
from
two governments,
traditionally.
UDF and LDF. So, one is the Communist and one is the Congress. So I think they had two tenures of the Communist Party, and there had been a lot of corruption there, and their ministers have also been found into various smuggling issues, gold and other issues. And the radical, forces coming up there are very strong. And Kerala is one country which needs to be resolved by the central government, because you have to have a government which shows the defense line, because it's an open post, and lot many people from Kerala, they work in Saudi and other places to find the money. But
Yeah, and the Gulf money that they call is creating a lot of issues in a society where the radicalization is being like pushed,
yes, and
you
if
know,
you see
and
people
conversions.
joining ISIS, the state Kerala state numbers are very high, and even the Kerala files has tried to that movie has tried to bring out the reality in some extent. So Kerala is one state which needs to change. Regarding Pondicherry, I think it is not such an important state, but you may find that there will be continuation of the government there. That is what
Personally,
I
I
have.
like Pondicherry. It's a good holiday spot. I've been there when I was in Chennai.
Holiday, you should go to Auroville in Pondicherry. If you not,
My parents
because,
have taken me.
Auroville
Like
is a beautiful.
I will describe like when I went to Orville over there. Like one of the experiences I had was so creepy because when I was in that place, right? There's a photo of
Meditation place on top.
no, there was some
I'm
house
telling
that
you about the meditation
no,
place.
there's a house na that unka house hai Orville mein. So
Are you talking about the Aurobindo Ashram or are you talking about the Auroville? Both are different places.
Uh, I
Aurobindo Ashram is
forget exactly, but I'm saying that I went when I was a kid, but I remember distinctly. I had a very creepy experience where the one of the photo of Sri
the Aurobindo.
Aurobindo,
That is in the
like
museum, Pondicherry. Yeah.
so then maybe that is over there. One of the photo I was looking at, no, it was so creepy because the way that that photo was taken, that if you look at the photo from anywhere you walk here, no, it's as if the eyes follow you. You know, it looks like that. It's an
So
optical
I will not
illusion.
get into it, but I've been in Aurobindo Ashram in Pondicherry, and I've been twice to Auroville. Auroville is where mother, she was a follower of Sri Aurobindo, and she established a place, a city in itself, where people go and there are many who have left their careers, even foreigners. Many of them are foreigners. They live there, they work there, they buy a place, and uh, there are schools, there are institutions which are running, and it's a beautiful place. I would request my viewers to visit the place, because it has a different energy in it, and there is a place where you do the meditation, and it's a
It's
different
generally very
experience.
calm over there. I feel like it's a very calm place by the
Yes.
sea, especially.
Auroville is actually a place where, if you see the pictures, there's this
Hmm.
lotus
Like
temple, and
I think that was like experience when I was a kid. So long, long, long time
so
back.
I think we have wrapped up for the day, for this podcast, and we
Yes,
have
sir.
covered this new vertical, the internal politics and the national viewpoints about our political system.
And yes, sir. Like as always, thanks for being on the show, and we shall do something
We're
similar in the
sharing our
future
candid
again.
view. So we are not biased to any party. I should bring that. It is just our views as common citizens, and how our educated citizens who
Exactly.
understand a bit of the system and who are keen on things developing, because politics changes the way a country is run, or a state is run, or any municipal corporation is run. That is our honest view. So we should not be termed as you're biased against this party or that.
Absolutely, sir.
Okay.
Thank you for your time,
Thanks.
and Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you.